Hello, welcome back to another CD collection video. I know it's been a long time since I've done one. Maybe not that long, maybe about a week or so. But this is part 8. So without further ado, let's get into it. So first up we have Fortified by Forte, released in 2011. This is his debut album. From as far as I am aware, the singles were Keep Your Lips Locked and What You Gonna Do. Although it is a little too long, I really enjoy it. Features include Head Hubbard, Daz Dillinger, Sky High, Too Furious, Torture, Redback, Tyree, Defiant, who produced majority of the album, and Redback's also on here. Anecdote, and Losty. Very, very dope album. Excuse me, I'm not really feeling too good. Top songs on here for me were Bitches Talk Shit, Saying My Name. No, sorry, that was one of the worst ones, and so was What Are You Doing It For? The top songs for me were Bitches Talk Shit, Fuck You, The Criminal, Sydney's Most Wanted, What You Gonna Do, Get Money, Crazy, Keep Your Lips Locked, and 9mm. Very pleased, 9 out of 10. Although it is 23 tracks long, it's a very, very dope album. So yeah, Forte with Fortified, released in 2011. Very dope album. Next up we have The Game by... The Game with the documentary. Which is his debut album, released in 2005. This is the album that started it all. Singles off here would be How We Do, West Side Story, Hate It or Love It, Higher, Dreams, and Put You on the Game. Features on here would be 50 Cent, Eminem, which is the only track that they've done, seeing as though they're fighting with each other these days, Nate Dogg, and Faith Evans, among others. This would be the game's only album to be on all 3 labels, as he left G-Unit later in 2006 after a feud began between him and fellow member 50 Cent. The album is a classic start to the game's career, and I really do like it. Top songs on here for me would be West Side Story, Hate It or Love It, Higher, How We Do, Church for Thugs, Put You on the Game, Start from Scratch, the documentary We Ain't Where I'm From, Don't Worry, and Like Father Like Son. Worst songs were Dreams, Don't Need Your Love, Runnin', and Special. Overall, dope early West Coast shit. I really do like it. 8 out of 10. So yeah, The Game with the documentary, released in 2005. Next album, we have Elephants on Acid by Cypress Hill, released in 2018. This is their 9th album, and it's the first studio album from the group in 8 years following Rise Up, making it the group's longest gap between albums. The singles were Band of Gypsies, Muggs is Dead, Crazy, and Locos. The album is feature free. It's just Cypress on their own. It's a good one, but it took about 6 or 7 songs for me to get into it, so it wasn't too special. Top songs on here for me were Band of Gypsies, Put Them in the Ground, Falling Down, Warlord, Reefer Man, Blood on My Hands Again, and Stairway to Heaven, which is their take on the Led Zeppelin song, I think. Worst songs was Jesus Was a Stoner, Holy Mountain, Ooh Na Na, Elephant Acid, Insane OG, The Fifth Angel, and Through the Rabbit Hole. I do enjoy it, but wouldn't come back to it for a while. 6.9 out of 10. This is just average. Cypress Hill with Elephants on Acid, released in 2018. Next up, we have an album that my uncle has done. This is Galileo's Ghost, Remember Me, Starfighter, Volume 1. Released in 2014. This is my uncle's album, and he's actually not that bad on here. I don't really like heavy metal music, but this is not that bad. As far as I knew, no, there is no singles on here. Top songs on here for me would be Ways Unknown. Excuse me. Ways Unknown, Battle for Firefly 1 Part 2. Will You Be My Percy Montana? So Watch This Pawn and Take Your Queen. Neo Rose. Transmission. And the worst song would be Love Scene Take 1. Very, very dope album. Overall, great music for a plane trip. Going on a long plane trip to somewhere, you put this on, it will just send you straight to sleep. Very relaxing album, despite being heavy metal. 8 out of 10, very dope album. Galileo's Ghost with Remember Me, Starfighter Volume 1, released in 2014. Next album, we have Forte, again with Entertainer, released in 2022. Yep. Singles were If They Only Knew, Living Large, God's Hands, Fuck With, SMS, Been Waiting, Greenlight, and In the Bag, and What You Come For. So pretty much half the album is singles. Very, very dope album though. Features off here, you've got Cursor, King the Free Soul, otherwise known as King Roman, Fatty Dante, Cursor, Corrupt Consortium. Very, very dope album indeed. The top songs on here for me were If They Only Knew, Living Large, God's Hands, Fuck With, Been Waiting, Green Light, In the Bag, and By Any Means. The worst songs were Suck Me Slow and Drop Off Pickup. So glad it wasn't his last one, because it really was going to be. Because I love hearing him rap, but yeah, very, very dope album. 10 out of 10. This album is absolutely amazing. Forte with Entertainer, released in 2022. Very dope album. Next album is needs no introduction. It's Eminem with a Slim Shady LP. Pretty much everybody knows this album by now. It was his major label debut. Features include Royce the 5'9" and Dr. Dre. It's definitely my second favourite album from him. Singles were, I believe, My Name Is, Guilty Conscience, Just Don't Give a Fuck, and I think those were the only ones. Oh, and Role Model. Top songs on here for me would be My Name Is, Guilty Conscience, Brain Damage, If I Had, 97 Bonnie and Clyde. Just Don't Give a Fuck, As the World Turns. The worst songs were Role Model, My Fault, and Come On Everybody. I also liked I'm Shady and Bad Meets Evil, and Still Don't Give a Fuck. Very, very dope album, 9 out of 10. It's greatness at its finest. Yeah, so the Slim Shady LP by Eminem, released in 1999. Got about 1, 2, 3, 4 albums to go. Next up we have Eazy-E with his debut album Eazy-Duz-It, released in 98. Singles were Eazy-Duz-It, We Want Easy, and Easier Said Than Done. Features include Dr. Dre, DOC, Ice Cube, MC Ren. It's the only full-length studio album Eazy ever released in his lifetime, for the remaining 6.5 years of his life, as he died in 95. The album sounds more like a compilation because the features from his fellow NWA members. It feels more like an NWA album than a solo Eazy album, but it still sounds great. Top songs on here for me would be Still Talking, Nobody Move, Ruthless Villain, Boys in the Hood remix, Eazy-Duz-It, We Want Easy, Easier Said Than Done, and No More Questions. Worst songs would be Two Hard Mothers, Radio, I'ma Break It Down, and Chapter 8, Verse 10. Overall headbanger, 9 out of 10. Very, very dope album. Eazy-E with Eazy-Duz-It, released in 98. I can't remember whether that was before or after the Straight Outta Compton album came out, because that album came out the same year as Eazy-Duz-It. Next album, we have Cypress Hill with Rise Up, released in 2010. Features include Tom Morello, The Alchemist, Evidence, Mike Shinoda from Linkin Park, Darren Malakian, Everlast from House of Pain, Mark Anthony, and Pitbull. Singles were Get 'Em Up, All Nothing. It Ain't Nothing. Rise Up, and Armada Latina. Top songs on here for me would be It Ain't Nothing, Light 'Em Up, Light It Up, Bang Bang, Kush, Get 'Em Up, Carry Me, Trouble Seeker, Armed and Dangerous, which has been sampled so many times, Shut 'Em Down, and Armada Latina. Worst songs were Get It Anyway and Pass the Dutch. Overall, very smooth hip-hop, 8 out of 10. Cypress Hill with Rise Up, released in 2010. Very dope album. Next up, we have Too Fast, Too Furious soundtrack, released in 2003, which is the soundtrack to the second film. It features contributions from film stars such as Ludacris and MC Jin, as well as 2 Chainz, 8 Ball, Chingy, Dead Prez, Dirtbag, Fat Joe, F20, Joe Budden, Cardinal Official, K. John, Lil Flip, Pitbull, R. Kelly, and a lot more. This soundtrack is pretty weak in my opinion. It's definitely a 5 out of 10. Overall, not interesting at all. Singles were Pump It Up, Act a Fool, Pick Up the Phone, and Hell Yeah. I would say the movie is better than the album, because the album is not at all that interesting. The first soundtrack for the first movie is the more superior soundtrack, and I prefer that. Top songs on here for me would be Act a Fool, Represent, Getting It, Pump It Up, Peel Off, We Ridin', Rollin' on 20s. The worst songs were Slum, Pick Up the Phone, Hands in the Air, Block Reincarnated, Fuck What It Ends Say, Oi, and Miami. 5 out of 10, like I said. Too Fast, Too Furious soundtrack, released in 2003. Not interesting at all. And to finish off the video, we have Eminem again with his unknown debut LP, Infinite, released in 96. This was produced by him. To me, this was just okay, but being produced by his friend and fellow D12 member Mr. Porter, it has very cheap production and is just average. Top songs on here for me were Infinite, 313, and Backstabber, which I believe was originally by Soul Intent. The weakest songs were Maxine and Tonight. But just average album. I might need to go back and listen to it at some point, but yeah. Infinite by Eminem, released in 96. Very average album. And that's going to do it for the day. I finally got part 8 out of the way. Stay well, stay blessed, look out for part 9. And yeah, peace.